turn on the recording and I guess we'll just rock and roll. So, how are you, my man? It's been a while.
Dude, I'm doing great, bro. I'm in like a weird season of life where like I just kind of like remapped out the business like a few months ago.
Yeah,
Um, and I've got a baby due in 60 days. So
nice.
that's exciting.
Congrats
Uh,
on
and yeah, so we're just like I'm just kind of cruising along. I feel like I'm in a pretty fun season of life, kind of like a waiting season, waiting for what's next, but it's good.
Nice, nice. We're going to talk about that, and I'm really excited to hear how you handle all of the switches from like scaling to like cruising with MRR type of model, and then scaling
Yeah,
and cruising again. So that's very interesting to me.
yeah,
Basically, the way I'd love to structure this call, just so we don't have an agenda, but at least we have some kind of like structure and stuff. So we'll do a
yeah.
quick Q&A. I wrote down a couple of questions for you that might be like very helpful for my people. And then also, guys, feel free to just ask Grayson questions in the chat or just unmute yourself after we are done with the short Q&A that I prepared. And then it's gonna be just a chill call, just two buddies talk business. So all right, cool. So I think that the best place to start is, how does your coaching business look like right now? You went through like the season of scaling, hiring a sales team, basically just rapid scaling the biz, and then doing MRR model again. So how does
Yeah.
it like as of now?
Yeah, right now it's super simple. I have two team members, I have
Mhm.
two offers, and both of the offers are just sort of like different levels of proximity to me. I have a community and then I have like some one-on-one clients. I
Okay,
probably have like five one-on-one clients, and we probably got like 40 or 50 clients in our community.
nice.
Um, and those are both like higher ticket prices. Um, and so it's super simple. I but I basically started this sort of from scratch again. Maybe in the beginning of July. So like I've only been doing this for about 2 months now.
Yeah.
Um, I've obviously been running a coaching business for like a year and a half, so for a while. But um, yeah, so my team right now is me, my content guy, who's like in person with me, and he's like full-time salary kind of deal.
Mhm.
Um, and then I have a DM kind of closer who's the one sending my messages in the DMs. And then
Right.
I've got a virtual assistant that's part-time. So it's really only like two team members and then sort of a virtual assistant, but she only does like part-time work.
Mhm.
Um, so that's my whole team right now. It's super simple. I've got probably around 50 active clients. I coach them and I make content and run ads to get new ones, and I retain them. I focus on like trying to retain my clients, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. So it's a super simple model. Um, I think that keeping the model simple is probably a good choice because then you have the option to go deep on the actual content itself.
Mhm.
Um, like
Feel
for example, like if your model is super complicated, it can probably be really hard to deliver information to your clients. But if the model's super simple, um, then there's nothing special about the model. The special and the special secret sauce can be like in the actual coaching itself, like what I'm talking about, the actual content and having depth in what I'm saying, which is where I like the depth to be. Whereas before, it was like surface level content and this like crazy model of how we deliver it. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess simplicity is always the key when it comes to coaching. I talked to a couple of clients, and that I mean they were all like, dude, we have so many different things to implement. Where do we start? And it made me realize that people are seeking for simplicity. They want you to be like as simple with your model and the stuff that you coach on as possible. So the
Yeah,
name
but I found that some people do is they try and look for complexity though. Like they're always like, because they think that like if it's complex, then it must be like fancy and it works better.
exactly.
And like what I find a lot of my clients is they're like searching for complexity and they're like trying to find something in my model that's like complex that they can like copy and like They're trying to find the secret sauce, right? We want things to be complicated so that we can find that little secret, that little nugget that we didn't know about. But the reality is of everything is that it's way more simple than you might think. Like I remember asking you about email and how to do email maybe like 3 months ago because I'd never done it before. And I remember like going into that conversation thinking like there's like email's got to be more complicated than I think it is. But it's literally just like you build a list and you send emails. Like type out the email. Like that's it. That's how you send emails. It's so simple, you know? So
And the best emails that I ever written myself were emails that I just basically I record a voice note for myself on my phone and then I just write it down afterwards.
yeah.
So it's like they all sound like you're just talking to the person, like one-to-one. So yeah, I remember that conversation. That was cool. Dude, walk me through what was it like to how many team members you had before? Like this scaling season, you're hiring a sales team, you're hiring an appointment setting team, and you're rapidly scaling. How many team members you had back then?
Yeah, so we had 2 setters, 2 closers. We had 4 sales reps, and then I had 2 CSMs. So it's at 6 people, and then I had my creative director, I had an assistant, and then I had a like 2 content editors for like one for YouTube, one for shorts. So I think it was like 10 people.
Yeah.
I'm around there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sick right now, so my voice is kind of gone. But I think we had like around 10 people total on the team. And then obviously like I made the big decision to like let those people go. And I'm happy to like, do you want me to like walk through that journey?
Yeah, I'd love to hear like your thoughts in the process because I remember the moment you told me that you were making this transition, you literally said like, dude, we signed 2 10K clients last 2 days and I'm shutting down the entire team. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
So walk me through that.
Yeah. Well, I think so I think about this is like a funny thing I think about is the difference between like quitting and giving up. And I know like a lot of people say like, oh, we never quit, right? I would rather never give up, right? I would rather never give up than never quit. Because I personally, I love quitting things that don't serve me, right? Like you quit smoking.
Yeah.
Right. It's great to quit smoking, not cigars. I'm smoking cigars. It's great to quit smoking. And so I love quitting things, but I don't like giving up.
Yeah.
And so when I built the team, we had done, I personally myself have probably done like 80, 90, 100K cash per month consistently for the last 6 months before that. And so then I was like ready to like ramp up past 100K a month. And so like we're doing around 100K a month. I bring on sales reps in order to support the new clients we're signing on. I then bring on client success managers because we're signing 20 clients a month, right? So like I can't personally service that many clients myself. And so then we start bringing on client success managers to coach those people. And so things start to get a little bit complicated, especially when you're hiring that quickly. And I get to the point where we're like halfway through the month of like May, I think it was like the May, like 3 months ago or whatever. So we're halfway through the month. We've done 126,000 in cash. So we're on track to do 200 that month. The day that I decide to shut things down, we sign up 2 clients and collect like 10K in cash.
Yeah.
And then the day before that, we'd sign up clients. And so for me, I figured out like how to make it work, right? And so for me, it wasn't about giving up. It wasn't like, oh, this was too hard, I don't want to do it anymore. It was more like I actually did get it, and it actually did work, but I didn't enjoy it at all. In fact, I hated my business. And I honestly was like, I thought I would never make the decision to go back to the model that I liked. Because I was like ready to put my head down, sacrifice the next 5 years, sell this thing for 100 million in 5 years, whatever, right? Like that was like my mindset around the business. And I looked at like, well, first of all, I looked at like the P&L, I made like 30% margins. So I'm making like the same amount of profit as I was when we were doing half the revenue. We have double the clients. And then I got my first ever chargeback. I'd never really got a chargeback ever. I got my first ever chargeback from a client that I didn't even know who he was, right? Like I saw the name on there and then I was like, who is that guy? I've never even like met him, right? And so like I had built this like machine that would sign up new clients, onboard them, coach them, and I never even got to meet most of them, right? And so it was like all the secret magic sauce of like Grayson and what made the business special.
Right.
I was no longer in the business. I was like separate from it. And instead, what I was doing, instead of like coaching people and making great content, what I was doing is just managing other people, which is probably like my least favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
And so I think ultimately, if I was willing to make the sacrifice required to build that 8-figure coaching business, I think ultimately, like skill wise, I'm still able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a decision of like, okay, but I'm also able to like go jump off a bridge. So like, what do I want to do? Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I'm capable of, but what do I actually want to do? Like, what kind of business do I want? And what kind of business is going to serve me best? And so the whole month of June, so that was May. The whole month of June, all I did was just think. I didn't sign up any clients. I think I onboarded like 2 clients at the first week of the month, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't onboard any new clients. I just maintained where we were at. I fired my whole team. I called them all up in one day. Hey, dude, I'm so sorry. Hey, dude, I'm so sorry. 4 sales reps gone, 2 CSMs gone, assistant gone. I fired everybody in a day. The sales reps did get placed in a new position, so that made me feel a little bit better. But
Yeah.
I just figured out how to do like what's going to serve me best, because if I'm not taken care of, then like my employees eventually long term are not going to be taken care of. So I had to do what was best for me.
Yeah.
And so I fired them all. I've now got like 1 team member left, my creative guy. I didn't want to let him go because he's amazing. And so I'm like the whole month of June just thinking through what do I want to do. And I decided on the model that I have now, which is just extremely simple. And it optimizes for cash flow and profit and sort of like being a solopreneur. It's basically like a high paying job that only requires 15 to 20 hours a week. But I actually love what I do. Right.
Right.
And so that's basically like what a coaching business, the way that we run them
Yeah.
is. It is like I'm not trying to trick myself into thinking that I have this like business I could just I could leave for a year and come back and it'd still be there.
Mm.
It's a coaching. I don't know. Like business isn't the right word. It's like a lifestyle. I call it the lifestyle coach.
Right.
And so sort of what I'm building now is like a high profit, high cash flow business that's off $1 million a year in profit, which ultimately to live the kind of life that I want to live personally, that's plenty of money. And I know my income will slowly grow over time as the brand grows.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really too worried about money anymore. It's more about just like a vision of what I want to build. So
I love that journey. I love that. Okay, cool. So basically you've done them both. You've done the MRR model and you've also tried the sales team. You've succeeded in both of them and just
yeah,
decided that the one that you are going to strive for is the MRR model. Obviously, with your upcoming kid, that kind of like makes sense to free up some time to spend time with family. I love that. And do you mind walking us through the model that you are using right now? You said that you have 2 offers, which is the community and the one-on-one consulting, coaching type of thing. But you also run workshops. So how does the entire sales process look like for you?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, like it's pretty simple. And so the way that I think about it is like, well, I'm selling by chat now. So
Yeah.
if you're doing calls, there's a couple tweaks you want to make to like what I'm currently doing.
Mhm.
And most of my clients probably still do calls. Some of them like sell by chat, but a good chunk of them still do calls. And so if you're doing calls, you want to change a couple things. But just like a broad overview of like how my stuff works is like the top of my funnel right now, like the way I'm getting attention is just with profile ads, and that's it.
Mhm.
Simply just trying to like not even get followers, because I know like you will get followers if you run profile visit ads,
Yep.
but like the word profile visit ad, the ad is for visits to your profile, right? And so all I'm trying to do is just get engagement on my Instagram, right? So I'm
Mhm.
getting like probably 100,000 to 200,000 impressions a month
Okay.
on my profile. And so that's what I'm optimizing for, is literally just engagement. Because the key is, I'm with Instagram, if I can just get them to engage at all, watch my ad all the way through, click it, they don't even have to follow me. I can hit them with retargeting ad. And so,
Mm.
it's basically just profile visit ads at the top. I'm
Mhm.
testing a couple other things, but nothing that I would teach yet, because it's not like cemented. In the middle of my funnel is, that's where like the bulk of the work is, right? Profile visit ads, you film them, you set them up, you run them, it's done.
Yep.
There's not that much else to do. The middle of the funnel is really where like the continual work needs to be put in to nurture people. And so for me, it's like, it's a lot of things. It's not just like, oh, here's the one thing. It's like retargeting ads that go to a training that then collect their email. Now I'm sending emails. It is workshops that I do probably like once a month-ish. I don't have like a schedule for it.
Mhm.
I've done 2 of them now. I love
Yeah.
workshops. They're great.
Well put.
Um,
I
so
love
it's
that.
that. It's YouTube is like a big thing for me. I probably post like 2 videos a week on YouTube pretty consistently.
Mhm.
Um, I do Instagram posts pretty much every day. And then obviously like Instagram stories.
Yeah.
I host like in-person events that we sell tickets to. And then all that stuff kind of like goes through like eventually to the DMs.
Yeah.
The places you can make like consistent call to actions to like DM you or whatever are like email and your story. Those are really the only 2 places you can do like consistent CTAs. So I do those once a week, maybe, if that. Get DMs, walk through a sell by chat process. Usually they'll watch like a video sales letter in the sell by chat process, if they haven't already watched it on my YouTube channel. Um, and then it's like there's no like fancy script. It's really just like,
Yeah.
hey, like, do you know who I am? Do you trust me? Sweet. What level of access do you want to me? Here's the offer. Yes or no. And then they'll buy in the DMs and then we onboard them. So it's pretty simple. Um, there's just a lot of like continual work that needs to be done in the middle of the funnel. I think the big caveat I would say, and this is what I tell my clients too, is that like everything I just laid out, anybody here could go do, right? The key though is that everybody's doing some or all of those things I just described in their funnel. So the thing that actually makes you different is the actual content itself, right? What are the workshops about? On the live workshop, how good is it? And what is the content in there? And your YouTube content, who are you? Are you fake? Are you trying to be like somebody else? Are you being yourself? How good is that content? How good are you actually as a coach? I think that is like the bulk of it. And you can be really bad at like, being consistent on YouTube, consistent with workshops, consistent with email. But if the actual content is really good, I think that's what matters. That's probably like the majority of the
Yeah.
results.
Yeah, I agree on that. And actually, one thing that I mean, that's an insight for me because you mentioned that you run profile viz that's purely for impressions. You don't even, care about followers because then you hit people with a retargeting ad. What I
Yes,
figured,
it's like I'm either gonna capture their attention via a follower,
yeah,
or I'm gonna capture their attention via email,
yeah,
right? And then those things work together. If they become a follower, they'll eventually get on my email list, and if they get on my email list, they'll eventually become a follower. So it's like they'll become one or the other, whether they follow right away or whether they follow 30 days later.
right. So I like that because basically you can just increase your ROI without spending more money on your profile visit ads. And also the way I think about those ads is that your Instagram profile is no different from a landing page. And I've been
Yeah.
trying to figure out what people actually do once they land on your page. And what I figured is that, and that's what we optimize in there for, they click on one of your 3 pinned videos. or pin posts. That's the only thing they click, like 60% of people. I just like compared my numbers, the clicks that I get on my ads manager and the amount of profile visits, clicks on my posts that I get from my profile. So basically we figured that 60% of people click on your pin video. So now we optimize pin videos to drive traffic to our email list. And now we have this like seamless funnel from stranger to a profile visitor and then to either an email sub or an IG follower. So yeah, I like the
What's funny is like before people really understand that like the Instagram profile visit ads are there's nothing like there's no magic behind them, right? It's literally just driving traffic to your profile.
yeah,
Most people think about it as like numbers, right? When they're thinking about a funnel, that all they think about is the numbers. What percentage of people click on my ad? What percentage of people follow me? What percentage of people get on my email list? Percentages are great, but like think about what are people actually doing? They're scrolling on Instagram, they come across an ad, they're interested, so they click, they see your profile, they see your profile pic, they see your bio, they see maybe there's something on your story right now, and they see like a few posts at the top. All they're going to do is click on which one looks the most interesting, click, read it, probably decide based on the front page of your profile plus that one or two posts there, whether they want to follow you or not.
yeah,
That's really all it is. Maybe they'll click on some highlights.
yeah,
So like my opinion is that you should like make it, I like to make it like genuinely unique, right? So like instead of thinking about how can I like just copy Tim, how can I like if I'm one of your clients, I'm like, well, you know, what Tim does works. Why don't I just copy what Tim does? You know, I think you can copy the model, but the actual content should be you. And so for me, I just think about like if I was clicking through and looking at other people's profiles, who do I follow?
yeah.
Usually it's the people that like actually have some sort of like uniqueness to them, some sort of like
Okay.
ooh, this guy's interesting. This guy's being authentic. This guy's being himself. And so that's why I try to just do that in all my posts and
Yeah.
all my content. So yeah.
Yeah, and the pattern that I noticed as well in terms of like who do I follow is these are the people who are going through the stuff that I'm going through myself, like any kind of either struggles or wins, or maybe they're into the same hobbies as I am. So that's why I always say that your Instagram profile is not about your business. It's not like 100% buy my offer. It's like 20% buy my offer, and then 80% is who is Tim, who is Grayson, like what do you like?
Yeah.
What do you
And I
do?
would even say that like it's 0% about buyer offer. I would say that like the only places that you even like present your offer is like maybe at the end of your VSL and once or twice a week on your story or in your email,
Yeah,
which both of those things are not like forever, right? Your email and your story are like temporary. Like you
oh,
send an email and then people either check it within 2 days or they don't. You put it on your story, people check it within 24 hours or they don't, right? And so like that's really the only places I even make consistent call to actions, you know? So I would say it's like 0% about getting people to buy right now. And it's more about just getting people into your ecosystem so they see one of those call to actions later on.
yeah, that's a great way to put it actually, because then as the result of it, you're building a personal brand using this like popular jab, right hook techniques, or just share. Like you
Yeah.
keep share to ask ratio high. So
I
yeah,
also don't, I personally don't want somebody clicking and DMing me the word coach or whatever within 5 minutes of finding out who I am, because they're not going to resonate with my message. They're not going to trust me. I'm going to try and make them an offer in the DMs when they don't even know who I am, what I'm about. They don't know like about my family. There's zero trust built. They just saw an ad, they liked it. And so if I had a pinned post that just said, DM me the word coach, and we could talk about working together. If they even did that within 5 minutes, I wouldn't even want them, because then they would see the offer and then they would automatically, oh, this guy's just making offers. Peace out, you know? So
Yeah. And I see like a common mistake that people make is they turn on ads, they expect to sign clients tomorrow. And the problem with that is you don't give people enough time to nurture themselves, to sell themselves. And then you either talk to prospects who are not ready to buy, or you don't
Yeah.
talk to prospects at all. So
Yeah.
basically, like the only right move with this funnel is to turn on ads, to keep an eye on the follower quality, and to keep producing high quality, authentic, unique content that feels you. And then,
Yeah.
there's absolutely no chance that these people are not going to buy from you, because
Yeah.
even analyzing my own buying experience, if I fold someone, I mean, I know for sure in 6 months I'm gonna buy from them. Like it happens to me all of the time. Even if I don't want to, we have a funny story with Grayson of like me buying his coaching. I literally followed him from an ad, and I was like, I'm never buying from this guy. And then 2 months in, I found myself inside of his program. That's how it always works. Like trust is something to be built, and it takes time to do it. So
I tell my clients that like you cannot tell me your ads don't work if you haven't ran them for at least 30 days, posted 8 YouTube videos, and posted on your story every day. If
that's
you do all those things consistently and then tell me your ads don't work, then I'll actually like answer your question about ads. But other than that, I'm not going to answer your question.
yeah. Um,
And I
do
just
you
saw a
have,
question.
yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna. Do you mind
Yeah,
if I hit it? Really
yeah, yeah, sure.
I was going to say that if you're doing a call booking funnel, a lot of this stuff changes. So if you're selling by chat, it's all like I would not want to engage in the DMs right away because they're simply just not going to be ready to buy by chat. If you're doing a call booking funnel, though, a lot of this stuff can be changed because you have the opportunity to build trust in a literal one-on-one call, sales call, right? Which can build a ton of trust because they'll get on to be like, oh, shoot, you're a real human being. You're not trying to scam me. Sweet, right? And so if you're booking calls, I like to just like interact immediately, get them on a call as quickly as I can. Because what happens is like there's going to be a distance, like a time distance between when they book the call and when you take the call, 2 or 3 days probably. And so in that time distance, you can send them content that they're now more likely to watch because they're going to have a call coming up soon. And so they'll sell themselves between when they book and when they actually have the call live. And so like I'd like to just book it in. And then lastly, on that call, you can still build a ton of trust there. Um, so obviously you still want to like posting content. Otherwise, like they won't have anything to binge in between the book and the actual call itself. But sell by chat, I don't do any outbound like at all.
Yeah.
I'm not like reaching out to my followers. Hey, thanks for the follow. Do you want to pay me $9,000? I don't do that. I only sell by chat people that DM me inbound.
Okay.
So
I have a little bit different answer because we recently found a couple of tactics. It is a little bit more hands-on, so you have to do some like work, and you can't delegate it to a setter. What we do is we send the first initial message, appreciate the follower, blah, blah, blah. And then once the person replies, we send them a voice note. And it's me like recording these voice notes. And it's typically the first question of the qualification process. And it's like, yo, dude, are you a coach or an agency owner? Yo, dude, how's coaching business going and stuff. So the moment they receive a voice note from me, they immediately feel like they need to respond and they need to engage, in a conversation. And helps my setter to go a little bit deeper. And then what we do next is once we figure out their problem, we just go and send them a YouTube video with a solution to this problem. Yo, dude, I have an offer problem. Boom, here's a video for you. Yo, dude, I have an ad problem. Boom, here's a video for you, and etc. So people don't buy via chat. Yes, if they, that just follow you, that's not going to happen,
yeah,
but there's a lot of like stuff and little tricks you can use to warm them up. So the moment you open doors and announce it on your stories, let's say, they're willing to start a conversation and, just openly say that they're in. And then you just send them a Google Doc or whatever your sales asset is, and then you just sell them. So,
I think that could probably speed up the process.
yeah.
Um, for sure. Like you probably make a few extra sales if you do that. The way that I think about my like DMs is like if I'm booking calls, you want to just get as many DMs as you can. Like you should be doing like, the posts that are like, hey, comment down below and I'll send you a DM. You should be running DM ads. You should be doing consistent call to actions to DM you. The way that I think about my DMs right now, currently, and this could change, is since I'm not doing calls, I want to keep my DMs just for buyers, right? People that are like actually
No
interested in and simply just because like, it's tricky to manage hundreds of DMs when you're doing like, yo, thanks for the follow, if you're not trying to book in everybody, if you're just trying to like have those few conversations that lead to purchases, you know what I mean? But
yeah. So you're really optimizing for simplicity here. I see. Okay.
yeah, just like extreme simplicity.
Yeah.
But
I love that. I love that. All right. So walk us through your workshop experience. You did two, and I see you have one more comment. So how do you like it so far?
yeah. Well, I think the workshops are great for one, it's just like it's a cool to like create a training for clients, and then people that are also interested in that sell tickets to it. There's
Yeah.
like zero pressure to try and like sell a shit ton of tickets. It's just like I'm doing this anyways, so any tickets I sell are just like a little bonus on top, right? The actual workshop funnel takes maybe 20 or 30 minutes to set up. So it's like if I can make, I don't know, 500, if I can sell 5 to 10 tickets, automatically my time is paid for itself. So like that feels cool. There's no pressure to like sell a shit ton of tickets, which feels good. And then the second thing is like people that have shown up. Every workshop I've done, I've not only provided value to my clients and like updated new course modules, but every workshop I've done, I've signed new clients. So the first workshop I did, 20 people showed up, or 15 people showed up, and I signed 2 clients. The last one I did was the IG ads one, and 52 people bought a ticket, which was insane.
I saw that.
But that's probably the hottest topic I could probably have picked.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think there's any hotter topic than like how to run IG ads. So, and so far I think like I think 2 people have bought from that workshop. And then I'm doing another one like this Wednesday or whatever. So like they feel super easy. It's way better than doing like some sort of webinar where you're trying to like script out this like big long sales pitch and get people to buy now. Like that feels really salesy to me and I don't like it. So it's just super simple. Like my clients need a new sales training anyways. So like this Wednesday, I'm just doing a sales training, and hey, if anybody else wants to come, go ahead. So I like the model a lot. I don't necessarily know if workshops are like the thing that all my clients are going to buy from, but it's like a good bonus. It's a good like add in to the funnel I'm already have.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take that much time or investment. So
it's not going to be a game changer, and it's definitely not going to, to save your coaching business if it's broken. But if you have the model that works for you,
yeah,
then in this workshop on top of that, like one workshop a month, it takes me like couple hours to script and write, but again, you're doing it for clients anyways. And then the promotion itself, with my last workshop, I got lazy and I just copy and pasted my emails from like 3 months ago, and it worked. It sold like even more tickets than previously. So it's literally that easy to do once you have some assets that you're going to reuse. And
so it's like if you make like an extra $2,000 to $3,000 selling tickets, great. And then if you can also like sign 1 or 2 clients up and add 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 in recurring revenue every month to your business by just doing a workshop, there's no reason not to do it,
Right.
So.
And what's actually great about the funnel is I talked to some of the clients who signed up with me from the workshop, and they literally told me that, dude, I would have never signed up with you if not for the workshop. So they literally, as I always say, they test drive my stuff. They loved my stuff before they actually decided to buy my stuff. So when you give them a sneak peek of what to expect inside of the program, once again, they don't feel like you're another scammer on the internet just trying to collect some cash up front for your coaching program, whatever. They see the actual value, they see the frameworks that you share, the treatment that your clients are getting. And I'm making it very, very clear that like at the beginning of the call, guys, this call is for social snipers. This call is for my clients. Your guests, you're allowed to ask questions, but there are some things inside of the doc that are not available for you, like links to school, right? There are specific course modules that are not available because this training is for clients. If you want to become one, you're welcome. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I do like this vibe on these calls, and I like that I can speak to like my most popular one was probably like 35, 40 people live. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely the largest Zoom call I've ever hosted.
Yeah.
I think we had like 52 people on it, and I was like, my heart was beating, bro. I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of people. If I
Yeah.
had a room, if I had a room of 52 people, that's a lot of people watching. So,
Sure.
but I like it. I'm gonna keep doing it. But again, I don't think it's like a game changer. It's just like a extra, bonus kind of thing. That's how I do it. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, one thing that I would love to touch on a little bit is your profile visit ad strategy, because there is lots of rumors recently that profile visit ads don't work. You literally told me that this is your entire like top of funnel, and you use it in two ways: to make people follow, and then to just collect this data that Facebook will
yeah,
later use for your retargeting.
yeah,
So what are your thoughts? And I would also love to know a little bit more about your experience with clients as well, because you have people in different like niches and kind of like
yeah,
industries and stuff. So what do you see overall, like kind of like changes in the profile with that game? Is it
yeah.
shifting towards the, I don't know, like higher ad cost and the lower quality followers, or is it kind of the
Yeah.
same, but you have to find creative approaches?
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple things. Here's how I think about it. So, like, whenever someone says something doesn't work, like, what confidence do they have in saying that? What evidence do they have to back it up? I
Right.
recently watched a YouTube video with Matt Shields and Serge Katari,
Mm-hmm.
which Matt Shields is coming to speak at our event in Arizona next week. So he's a cool guy. Serge Katari is decently large in like the agency space. And on their podcast, one of the first things Serge said was like, coaching, like, if you're still coaching in 2024, like you're going to go broke and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I was just like, it's just like not true, you know? And so like, there's a lot of people that will say a lot of things. And you like the principle, as long as the principles of things are still true, that's all that matters.
Right.
So if you think about the principles of profile visit ads, here's how I think about it. One, all profile visit ads do is you're just driving traffic to your Instagram profile, which is a landing page, right? That's it. I personally am much more consistent, and also it's just a more natural place for people to see who I am and to share content. Instagram is like the best place for me to do that. And so like I do it on email, but I'm not as consistent, and it's also not as like personal as Instagram. Like
Yeah.
Instagram, you're seeing my face every time, right? Plus me talking on the video. So it's like it's very personal. Email is great, but it's not quite as personal. YouTube is great, but like actually converting people from YouTube directly is almost impossible. They go through Instagram, right? So it's like there's only one way that I know of to run ads to get more engagement and followers on your Instagram. You could run DM ads. DM ads did get me some followers when you run them. They're not optimized for followers, but like some people will just see your profile, think you're cool, and follow you anyway.
Right.
But like profile visit ads are the only way to drive traffic to your profile, which then gives them. It's like how you drive traffic to a landing page, right? Facebook is all they're doing is driving traffic to a landing page. People still have the option to opt in or not. Just like how you're running traffic to your profile, people have the option to follow you or not, right? And so it's like the principle of it of like running ads to a profile, getting them to engage, the principle works great. So people saying profile visit ads don't work, like I could go get clients via LinkedIn. I guarantee you I could get clients via a Facebook group. I guarantee you I could run TikTok ads and get clients, TikTok ads. I could do all of that and get clients. I guarantee you, because I know the principles of how to get clients.
Yeah.
I just find that profile visit ads are like probably the easiest way to drive traffic to get followers right now, followers and engagement. And so that's why I do them. Now, the way that I think about my profile visit ad creatives is like, I think the days of just like saying, are you this and you want this result? Follow me on Instagram. I think that is overdone. And I think people are like much less willing to follow somebody that's just like, hey, are you an online coach that wants to scale to 20 grand a month? Follow me on Instagram. Okay, like there was no value provided, there's nothing unique about you, right? So
Yeah.
I think those days are done, but I think the days of like, let's create a unique piece of content that would imply that if someone were to consume it, and then if they followed me, it would imply that they would probably get more unique pieces of content by them following me. So my goal in my profile visit ads is simply just to show you, I have unique insights. And if you want more of these consistently, that's why you should follow me. That's
Yeah.
it. So I don't even think you need to make a follow me on Instagram call to action in your ad. Like, I think it's honestly useless. I think people will follow you if they want to follow you. Just like how people will subscribe to you on YouTube if the content is good, whether you say subscribe or not, they'll do it. Right. It might help to say like follow me, because like the 1% of people that like, oh, I didn't think about that, let me follow him. You know, like they're gonna follow you, you
Good
know?
people. Yeah.
And so like I just think about it as like, let me provide unique insights that would make people think that I have more to offer so that they follow me and then engage in my profile. That's it. So create really good content that's actually unique, that you actually thought of, right? I call it become the source of the content. Don't source it from other places, become the source.
I love that.
Um, and then share it with and if your current audience likes it, run it as a profile visit ad, because people that aren't your current audience would also like it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly like what I was always saying, because profile with that is just in other ways. Like, I mean, I came from organic world. I used to do organic TikTok, so I understand how the algorithm works, and I also understand how the psychology works. Like, if you see someone that you resonate with, you just give them a follow, right? That's how social media works. And
Yeah.
profile with that is just the same exact organic post, but on steroids. And
Yep.
sometimes you add a little bit targeting on top of that, but at the end of the day, it's just the same exact video on the same exact platform, and people either gonna follow you or forget you in a second. So like,
Yeah.
all we do is just optimize this 30 seconds of the time that you're gonna borrow from them, to make them, to intrigue them enough to pay attention to you, and that's all we care of.
And it's like, Tim, if I were to ask you, like, hey, if you saw an ad, like what are you super interested in right now? Like what do you like when you're in your free time, what do you think about? What do you do right now?
I recently started watching F1. I don't know why. Maybe I'm getting.
Like F like the sports, like sports car or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah, yeah,
races?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, sweet. So if you saw an ad of some dude that like is like a F1 like driver professionally, and all he did was just like post a cool video of him and explaining like how it works to drive the car. And he didn't say follow me on Instagram. He didn't say anything. He just ran the ad. Would you follow him?
Yeah, of
100%.
course.
Right. And
Yeah,
so it's like all you're trying to do is find people that are interested in the same things you're interested in. And the reason we run it as an ad is not because ads work better. It's because if you just posted that, it probably wouldn't get consistent attention.
yeah,
Right. And so all the ads do is they provide you with consistency versus like just posting organically and like crossing your fingers and hoping your message gets out to the public, gets out to the people that don't know who you are. Ads right now are like the only way to do that. Organic can work. It's just that ads work so consistently, and so that's why I run them.
yeah. And some people getting organic traction is about becoming someone else. They try to pretend, they try to follow the trends and stuff like that. With ads, you can be you, and you can be sure that your ads are getting exposed to the people you want them to be exposed to, right? Because you pay for it, right? So ads is definitely the way to go if you're not willing to become some kind of a influencer, Mr. Beast type of thing. You just post a post that you feel like speaks to your core, like target audience, and then you just prepare the middle of funnel for them, the landing page for them, which is your Instagram profile. Dude, I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. I mean, you at least I got like 2 or 3 insights for myself, the stuff that I'm gonna do right now with some of my ads as well. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
Well, just to tell you, like, I'm not running any ads right now. Not because I don't want to be running ads, but because I'm in a transition from previous ad creatives to I'm filming new ones tomorrow.
yeah.
So I'm not actually running any ads currently as I speak. I was 3 days ago. But the new ads that I'm filming, I'm going to be testing like 3 different creatives, one of which is going to have no follow me here for more call to action at all. One of them is going to be just like a picture of me that's like really just who I am. It's going to be like me in my oversized tee and my Birkenstocks. And like that's it. And it's going to have like a cool caption on it.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I'll try like a more traditional. And I'm just going to look at like which one has the cheapest cost per profile visit. And then I'm just going to test things. So like I'm moving away from like the cookie cutter. Are you an online coach that wants to get here? Here's the 3-step process of how I did it. Shoot me a follow here on Instagram for more. I'm moving away from that, even though like that can work. It's not unique and it doesn't really provide value to anybody. And that's what I think. That's why people follow you. You're unique, but you provide value. So I'm testing a lot of new stuff. But as long as like the principles work, then I think all of it will work. It's more just like what works best. You know, all of it can work and it probably all will work. It's just like on the spectrum of it worked really well and it kind of worked. Where is it at? So
Yeah, I love that. I'm excited to see the results, and I have a feeling that the most authentic like way of, you know, putting your message out there will do best. So
100%.
yeah, I got a couple of ideas myself, so I'll probably test them out soon, and I hope that people in here are also actively thinking and strategizing and coming up with new ways of just running those ads because the ads work. It's your content.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the next step for you in business, Tim?
Um, that's a good one. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually optimizing for brand because I figured that it's been a while since I actually put my attention towards like growing the brand, the online presence of like me, of Tim, right? So I'm doing a lot of YouTube right now, and I'm also going to be doing a lot of like live, like raw live content to put a lot of me out there. Because in one of our old conversations, like a year ago or so, I remember you talked to me about 3 different versions of Team that you saw at the time. You saw the team shooting YouTube videos, highly scripted, hyper edited, stuff like that. You saw team shooting reels, you know, optimized for virality, all of this like hooks and stuff like that. And you saw the real Tim, right? And you were like, Tim, these are like 3 different people. Who who you are, right? So right now I'm optimizing for just being me all of the time, consistently
Yeah.
being me through like throughout all of my content, long form, short form, stories, posts, everything. And once I dial it in, I feel like that's where I'm gonna turn on some ads and actually like double down on those. And also I'm about to launch some organic strategies as well, just because it's
Cool.
somewhere in my veins, you know. I love organic, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go viral a couple more times. So
I love it, bro. I love it. And you have 3 offers right now?
I run the community, the one-on-one inner circle, and workshops. So kind of
Okay, so you just have the 2 simple, so very similar to me, 2 simple
yeah.
offers and some low ticket stuff.
Yeah, pretty similar. Yeah, we tested the second offer for the community, like a lower ticket one, but I didn't really like the way it went. It was kind of like cannibalizing the meal tier, so we just stopped like selling it.
Yeah, that's what I found is well, anything that's like 97, 200, even $300 a month, I personally just probably won't touch it. I'll touch stuff that's like one-time products that are like 200, $300, but not recurring.
Mhm.
And then like I've seen even a couple people are right now, like the people that I know you and I follow, Tim, that have like that 3 tiers, that like one-on-one, the community, and then like a 100 or $200 a week thing.
Yeah.
And I think, I think as soon as you launch that, all your clients that are like 50% happy in the community offer are like, hey, like, can I be over here? Because I actually only show up to one group call a month anyways. Can I just be a part of that? And so like I just think, nah, I don't want to touch that because you know, you can go really far with two offers, you know. You can make $1 million a year profit with two offers. You can make 2 million a year in profit with two offers. So my opinion is why not do that first? And then if there's a bottleneck that needs to be solved with a third offer, maybe you launch it. But still, I don't even know if you need to launch a third offer to get to, $1 million a year, whatever. So
Yeah.
that's mine.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I launched it just because I wanted to see how the actual like the gravity, the way I call it, like works, and it worked. We upsold a couple of people, but we also downgraded a couple of people. So it was
Yeah.
like, it was mainly just for the testing, and now I can probably say for people like, guys, don't do that. Don't have like three
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah.
Keep it two, keep it simple, and also like run those workshops, one-off tickets, and then upsell people to the community, and then one-on-one in your circle. So I
Yeah.
think that we finally like dialed it in, and obviously you having experience with this like very high ticket painful offer and having a sales team, and then running this MRR model back again, kind of like gives a quick overview of the entire like coaching sphere. There's not much you can do, to be honest. It's just
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just think that like I have like tunnel vision right now with like I'm just trying to get to 100 active clients between inner circle and community. And so anything that isn't working towards that goal, like I'm not going to do it. And so like I'm trying to get that to 100 and then probably cap it somewhere around 100 total people. And anything that isn't that, I'm just simply like not going to do it. So workshops help me get there, email helps me get there, Instagram, YouTube, they help me get there. But like launching a third high ticket offer does not help me get there.
yeah,
I'm just focused on let's get to 100. I'll reevaluate once I'm there and see, do I want to grow? Do I want to stay here? Do I want to increase the prices? Do I want to launch a third offer? But that's the main focus right now.
right. Yeah. Dude, it's been an amazing
Cool.
call. I loved it.
Yeah. Any other questions? I've got time. I'm a coach, I'm retired. So
Retired at 21.
retired. I'm done. Uh,
Guys, do you have questions for Grayson? You can feel free to unmute yourself, or just put it in chat, or just say thank you, because it's been an amazing call.
I just got a message from Elite Scaling Agency. I don't know who that is, but um, he said, what's the difference between lead magnet and VSL, and how do you use both of them? I mean, for me, lead magnets are super simple. Like create something valuable, collect people's emails in return for it. That's really it. And then also like they sort of self-educate themselves by going through that, which is great. And then my VSL is like my VSL that I have one right now, but it's not amazing. I'm actually in the process of writing a new one. And my VSL, the way I think about it is I'm just trying to get like the majority of like my thoughts and ethos into one solid video so that when people watch it and they go through it, they can decide, do I want to work with Grayson or do I not? And my message isn't for everybody. Like my message is simply is not for everybody. It's only for like a specific kind of person that wants a business just like mine. And so like my VSL is like probably like the last thing you would watch before I make you an offer
Yeah.
in the DMs. So that's how I think about lead magnets and VSLs. Tim, I'm actually curious about this because I want to test this and I want to get your opinion on it. I'm thinking about running the lead magnet ads, the retargeting ads, right, towards the email list. So it'd be like add opt-in page, first name, email,
Yep.
training, right? Because they wanted access to the training. And then I'm thinking about having an upsell on that training page for them to get full access to like extra resources for like 27, 37, or $97.
Hmm. Mhm.
And I think that would like liquidate maybe a quarter of my ad spend, which would honestly be a big deal.
Yeah.
That would decrease your ad costs by like 20 or 30%.
Yeah.
Have you ever tested that?
I've tested it, and I've seen people running the same workshop model run those ads. So they run ads to the lead magnet, and then on the back of this lead magnet, they sell $100 workshop.
I think James does it, yeah.
Yeah, James does it, and a couple of people from his community as well. And some of them are break even, some of them are even profitable with this kind of like
Really?
step. Yeah, I mean, not profitable like they're
Yeah,
making.
yeah, yeah. Not like they're not like raking in 100 grand a month profit, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
more
yeah,
like
for
I'm
sure.
just breaking even or maybe a little bit more of my ad spend.
$1.2 from every dollar spent. Yeah.
I didn't think you'd be able to even break even on that. I thought maybe you'd like just like maybe liquidate, but probably maybe
Yeah.
20 to 50% of your ad spend back.
It depends again on the quality of followers and the quality of audiences that you're using, because most of these guys are on Facebook, and the quality of people there is way higher than like Instagram, let's say. And then they are also the guys with like 20 years experience in marketing and stuff like that. So it really depends on the topic, and sometimes you can make it work. I remember running this funnel for about a month, and I I sold one or two workshop tickets. I probably paid like half of my ad spend or something like that, maybe a little bit less, like 30% of it. And then I wasn't able to. The reason why I didn't like the funnel is because when you run profile visit ads, you can literally click on every single follower and you can tell if you are targeting the right people or not. But when people subscribe to your email list, you will never find out. I mean, only once that kind of like the deal cycle, you know, if you see that people are buying your stuff or not from.
Yeah, but I guess if you're only running retargeting ads though, then you're
Oh, okay.
retargeting your
Yeah, yeah,
followers.
yeah, in this case for sure. I never run retargeting ads myself, so that's probably it. Like,
Yeah. So what I'm talking about is I only run email retargeting ad like to collect people's emails towards my current engagement and audience. I'm not running them cold. Because I want people to like follow me and engage first, because then my retargeting ad costs is significantly cheaper.
yeah.
Um, so that's how I do it. But I think I could probably liquidate like 50% of my ad spend by having an upsell to like, and it wouldn't even be for like a workshop ticket. It would be like, hey, get access to like how my offer workshop for free as a lead magnet. And then you for $97, you could get access to like I don't know, the full like PDF resources that go with it, plus an extra 1 hour training, you know? So
Yeah, that works. That works.
yeah, I'm gonna try it out, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let us know, because sounds like a cool plan to build up an email list and also monetize the followers that you're attracting and the engagers
Yeah, and
from.
get customers that turn into clients, which is great too.
Yeah, yeah, that another like cool middle of funnel tool. So
Yeah, become a scientist, test a whole bunch of shit, see what sticks.
that's what I'm doing right now. Cool. Guys, I really have to go to my next call, but
Yeah,
Grayson, I appreciate you coming, man. That's always exciting to talk to you and see all of the
yeah,
new sneaky peeky strategies that you have. And then,
yeah,
guys, let's all thank Grayson for coming to the call, and then
yeah, bro. It was
you'll
fun.
a
For
recording.